Thank you and welcome everyone to this SPAA 27th Annual Art Exhibit in a virtual platform and the launching of our online gallery, galleryspaa.org. I'm your host, Carol Dunhutko, and one of the artists and administrator of the website. I'm also the founder of Eagle Eye Charities that is hosting this broadcast tonight. Co-hosting with me are Dulcity and Carlos Esquera. Dulcity is one of the original founders of the SPAA sometime 1993 with Mang Maning. She is a fine arts graduate from the University of the Philippines and earned her Master of Fine Arts from the Academy of Art University in San Francisco. Dulce, please.
Hi, everybody. It's really nice of you all to join us tonight. I'm very happy to co-host with Carol our 27th SPAA Virtual Art Exhibit 2020. Welcome.
Thank you, Dulce. Our other co-host tonight is Carlos Esquera, past president. Carlos is a 2008 Pamana ng Pilipino Presidential Awardee, and he is also recipient of the 2011 Ani ng Dangal Award given by the National Commission on Culture and the Arts, that's NCCA, among many other awards. Carlos?
Good evening.
Yes.
I'm here.
All right, so Carlos will be our curator for the photography section. Before we present our very special guest, I'd like to call on our past president, Lenore Lim, to give us a brief background of SPAA and its mission. Lenore is a recipient of the University of the Philippines Outstanding Professional Award for Fine Arts, and she is also a recipient of the Pamana ng Pilipino Presidential Award. Miss Lenore Lim.
I'm Lenore Lim, past president of the Society of Philippine American Artists. A warm welcome to all our family and friends out there. We are pleased that you have joined us through your screen. We are celebrating our 27th annual exhibition this year. Due to the pandemic, we are doing a virtual exhibition. In the future, we hope to see you at the Philippine Center in New York, where we always hold our annual exhibitions. Let me tell you a little about SPAA. It was in 1993 that a group of first-generation immigrant artists led by Manuel Rodriguez Sr. formalized the group as the Society of Philippine American Artists. A year later, in 1994, the Constitution was drafted and filed by Ms. Aida Bartolome. Now, the goals of the society would be first, to encourage in its members the pursuit of excellence and personal growth. Another one is to preserve and keep alive the positive qualities of Philippine culture and tradition. In addition, it is to network with practitioners in the art and cooperate with other public and private entities in worthy projects. As a society, we have achieved many milestones. Annual exhibitions and social interactions among members and friends were primary activities. The leadership pursued member development, marketing, and funding ventures. SPAA had numerous exhibitions, big and small, here in New York, Washington, D.C., and the Philippines. The society had conducted workshops, outdoor paintings, and had published catalogs and some art books. At this point, I would like to thank all the participating artists, and especially the members who prepared this virtual exhibition. We hope that you, our guests, will have the chance to check out all our amazing works and know more about the artists who continue to bring relevance to the world of art. The energy and dedication of the members keep the society alive. Now, on its 27th year, the Society continues to thrive as a formidable art association to reckon with. Mabuhay!
Thank you, Lenore. And now it is our distinct pride and honor to present to you our very special guest, our Consul General of New York. Ambassador Petronila Garcia is a career diplomat with the rank of Chief of Mission 1 who has served the Philippine government for 40 years. She previously served as the Philippine Ambassador to Canada from January 2014 to September 2020, becoming the first female Philippine ambassador to Canada since diplomatic relations between the two countries were established in 1949. She also served as the Philippine ambassador to Israel from 2007 to 2011 and the first woman ambassador assigned by the Philippines to an Arab country, the Arab Republic of Egypt, with concurrent jurisdiction over Sudan from 2004 to 2007. Her other foreign assignments include the following: Philippine Embassy in South Korea from 1997 to 99, Philippine Embassy in Pretoria, South Africa from 1995 to 1997, Philippine Embassy in Tel Aviv from 1993 to 95, Philippine Consulate General in Sydney, Australia from 1987 to 92, Philippine Embassy in Singapore from 1984 to 87. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Consul General of New York, Ambassador Petronila Garcia. Good evening,
Thank you
madam.
very much for that kind introduction. Um, since I arrived in New York, uh, I think I should just like to state that my my title at this point is Consul General. I left the previous position as ambassador when I assumed my post here. I am grateful to the Society of Philippine American Artists, SPAA, for inviting me to be part of this first ever virtual art exhibit as you celebrate your 27th anniversary. I was informed that in previous years, as Lenore said, the beautiful artworks of your group was exhibited in the lobby of the Philippine Center during SPAA's annual exhibit. And this year, I'm happy that despite the challenges and difficulties brought about by this pandemic, you have found an innovative way to showcase your creations. As you know, I arrived in New York and assumed my post as Consul General very, very recently. This is my second day of work, and this is my first community event. I'm very pleased to spend it with old friends. Hi. In the artist circle, celebrating the Filipinos' unique creativity, grace, and passion. I note with appreciation that this event this evening serves not only as a venue to view and enjoy the works of your renowned members, but also to raise funds for charity through the eaglecharities.org. It is important, especially during these difficult times, that we continue to cherish and draw hope from human creativity. There is immeasurable strength in beauty and much grace in the arts. SPAA has elevated this art exhibit by imbuing it with love through your kindness and generosity. I wish to congratulate you for this successful event, happily organized in October, which is celebrated as the Filipino American National History Month in the United States. Filipino Americans have woven our threads and in the fabric of American society, in healthcare, education, business, and of course, the creative arts. Let us therefore congratulate and thank our featured artists this evening for continuing the great tradition of excellence of Filipino artists. Thank you and mabuhay po kayo. Salamat. I just want to say that I will stay for as long as I can, but I may have to leave later. So I hope you will excuse me because I have a function to attend a little later this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Consul General, and mabuhay, everyone. Raise your glass as we welcome our Madam Consul General Petronila Garcia. Cheers! Mabuhay! All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now we open the virtual art exhibit. We will start with the first part. We will start with the paintings and the drawings. And at this point, I will call on my co-host, Dosa D.
Hi, everybody. I knew that I was going to move out to Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, earlier this year. And when the pandemic came to New York, being the epicenter, and we couldn't go out, I spent all my time working on a new series. I call it the Southwest series. I was by myself and alone most of the days, and I just decided, well, let me just use my time wisely by creating the Southwest series. I Googled everything that I could think of, from the cactus to the wild animals to the very famous Grand Canyon, Havasu Falls, Sedona, and I created the Southwest series. So what I'm exhibiting today are 3 different pieces. One will be this mallard duck, and I wanted to show off my realistic skills using color pencil on black paper. And I wanted to show the reflection of the water and everything about the mallard duck you could think about and make it as realistic as possible. The next piece you see is a very famous landmark called Comanche Point. Years ago, the Native American Comanche tribe were living in Arizona. This particular scene is called Comanche Point. I added a full moon, and I wanted to use color pencils in more of a impressionistic brushstroke way to create all the textures for the sky and for the mountain area.
That's great. That's great. Thank you, Dulce. So back to our exhibit. Our next artist presentation is Angelito David. So Angelito David is one of our multi-awarded watercolorists. Let us take a closer look of his artwork. Here you go. Sweet Repose. Angelito David is also a recipient of Pamana ng Pilipino Presidential Awardee in 2010. There you go. Today is only one entry to our exhibit. So always go back to our exhibit page where you will find the rest of the works. And Tessie de Chupa. What do you know about Tessie de Chupa, Dulce?
You know, Tessie's work is very interesting because as you can see on a larger image, I find it very interesting. She's using a painted twig, or she painted a twig and then she adhered it onto her watercolor paper. And it's a nice contrast between the twig shape against the background of the watercolor paper, which is quite colorful. The other one, which she exhibits, is Moonlight's Sonata, and that is also a painted branch. She actually took a branch and painted it, and then she adhered it onto her acrylic canvas, which is an interesting way to do a mixed media type of artwork. And notice the colors, you know, the background colors, they gel together very nicely against the painted twig.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that, Dulce. So next up, let's take a look at the work of Imelda. Yes, after Tessie, we have Imelda. Oh, this is a really interesting one. Let's take a closer look. Salin Lahi Iligtas. Okay, there you go, by Imelda Kahipe and Daya. This is a very interesting one. Imelda Kahipe Indaya is, she's also a recipient of awardees from the American Society of Contemporary Artists. They honored her with the Irwin and Florence Slow ASCA Memorial Award in 2008. For this exhibition, she has what you call Salin Lahi Iligtas, one of those pandemic paintings that a lot of us has been doing this lately. But here you go. That's Mother Nature. And yes, we have to save Mother Nature. And her media, she has a mixed media too. All right, acrylic with sands. All right, next up we have Joel Francisco. Let me bring you up, Joel. All right. I love this.
All right, this is a very interesting piece by Joelle. I'm intrigued by the street scene of Calle Cristalogo with the old gravel street. You can see the gravel bricks there laid out. There's a nice perspective going into the end of the painting with the street alleys, and you can see the different windows there, plus the Colado sign. A nice red canopy kind of like pops out against the yellow nightlife. Very nice.
That is in the 16th century city of Vigan, Crisologo. And that's a wonderful city. If you haven't been there, it's like walking back in history in the 16th century. Oh, he has also watercolor. So from the city,
yes. The watercolor now is a different medium, and he has done a nice job here. Notice that the bridge, he put a big cloud there so that the famous flag off of the Brooklyn Bridge is clearly seen against the daytime sky, blue sky. Nice features for the water, and behind the bridge, which would be the Manhattan Bridge. And this is a nice view from looking from Manhattan to Brooklyn. Very nice, nicely done.
all right. So next up, we also have one of our secretary, our hardworking secretary, actually. We have Athena Macase Lopez, and her medium is pencil on watercolor. And Tenny is on the line, and she can talk about her work. This is her family, Tenny.
Thank you, Carol. Hello and welcome, art enthusiasts and friends of the SPAA. My name is Athena Magcase Lopez. I'm a visual artist and a children's book illustrator. As visual artist, I have been a social realist, depicting on canvas Filipino heroes, both sung and unsung, ordinary and extraordinary men and women. There is always a narrative painting their story and the underlying social issue. Their struggle for a life of dignity and purpose, consistently conveying and inspiring change. My works of late are focused on more personal subject matter, intuitively meant to anchor myself after a significant life event. In addition to paintings, I've returned to illustrating children's books, adding two works, A Star Story and Ballesteros on My Mind, to my foray, The Magic Jeepney, a 1982 NOMA Concours finalist. My drawings for this virtual exhibit are based on pictures straight from the pages of the family album. Dad and mom in a gala event, brothers Johan and Sid when they were younger, and an autumn excursion of family at Niagara. My inspiration for my pencil drawings comes from a most favorite American illustrator, Brian Selznick, who wrote and illustrated the historical fiction book, The Invention of Hugo Cabret, which was recognized by the 2008 Caldecott Medal for U.S. Picture Book Illustration. The 526-page picture book and nearly 300 double-page spreads of drawings, told in both words and pictures, is a remarkably beautiful book, where each page spread is a masterpiece of texture, detail, and the play between light and shadow. In my drawings, I use soft graphite pencils of different grade on 140-pound watercolor paper and a combination of techniques of line drawing, hatching, and cross-hatching to achieve light and shadow and the different effects of tonal values. If I may, I'd like to note briefly the difference of hatching and cross-hatching techniques. Hatching is a method of shading areas of a drawing with fine parallel lines, while cross-hatching is a method of showing shading by means of multiple lines that intersect. Visit the menus as you navigate Gallery SPAA. Enjoy and thank you for gracing our event.
Thank you, Tenny. Thank you. I love these drawings. And it's all about the family. And of course, since family, it's not for sale. But now you know Tenny can do the illustrations for your family, right? So next
Right.
up, we have the work of Esmie, Gayo, McLaren. And those, what you know about this work? Let me bring it up to you. All right, Esmie, Gayo, McLaren. Three
Well,
me.
I can really relate, and I do enjoy her pieces here. Her floral pieces has a very nice touch. It's nice colors, nice rendering. It's a nice composition, and it's got a nice feel to it. It's done realistically. You can certainly see the light against the dark contrast. And over here, where you see the light of the flowers against the background of the tree bark and the flowers here, it's a happy feeling. I like the happy feeling of all three pieces that Esmie has exhibited.
Yeah, so she has so many blooms, so little time. Ooh, complete with the queen bug there. And white carpet of flowers and the three muses. Excellent, excellent. So now let's move to another artist in the group. And you see, this is only partial of the group. We have quite a big group, don't we? We have like 30 people. Now we have Emelina Mercado. How many? We have 2 pieces of Emelina Mercado. Let's take a quick look. All right. So Dulce, this looks like a mixed media here. The white overlay seems to be an acrylic, and the rest seems, it looks like some prints. Right? The title of this one is Oh My Cod, and that's the codfish right there. Beauty and the Beak. All right, that's Emelina. You know, Amorfina's work. This is actually an eggshell mosaic. And you know what's really great about this work? She learned this from her mom. But it's not until the passing of her mom that she really went into the mosaic uh, art of painting. And this is called the music of Kulintang. There you go. That's an eggshell mosaic. So that's a mixed media. Chateau Morando, the RGM. You can
Yeah, I'm not sure what RGM means, but it's an interesting
kind of is
title.
her name. It's actually her
And
name. It's her initials, I found out.
haha, okay, all right. But it's a good graphic painting, the RGM, and her floral piece over here. This is quite interesting because you have a big flower, small flower against a dark background, but the yellows do pop out and do
Yes.
resonate. They're being there in front of you. So that's a nice painting. It shows the difference between a real graphic kind of colorful painting versus the floral painting that she has done.
And this comes in 12 by 12 and 8 by 8 small paintings. And up next, you have my very own lavender series.
Yeah, you know, Carol, you've come a long way from the first time I met you, and I've seen you progress. And these lavender paintings or lavender dream paintings that you have, I like the color of purple and green. It's a good contrast, nice lighting, good choice of brush strokes to show perspective and depth. And the painting here with the chair, I'm wondering why the chair is there unless you sat there one day and decided to leave and paint it, but also good lighting and good brush strokes. And,
Well,
you
did
know,
you
it's,
know that we
it's,
do have a lavender field actually in New York? So lavender fields are not just exclusively French now, you know. We have a big one right
oh,
here in New York. And you know what's crazy? They have chairs all over the places and right at the middle of the field where you can sit down, and the
mhm.
bees will be just dancing around you. Well, don't worry because they are friendly bees. So this is actually an en plein air. We went there to on a nice day, and this has an impasto technique. That's a
Uh-huh.
combination of knife for the clouds and because of the COVID, again, many of us has been house and painting. So I thought of doing one COVID themed Sisyphusian theory. You know, getting out of this pandemic problem, it really is up to us. Are we rolling the same big rock over and over again? So I thought that the theory of Sisyphus makes a little bit more sense during these pandemic times. So there you go. And friends, 100% of these proceeds will be donated to eaglecharities.org, supporting our poor artists in the Philippines and also providing access to online galleries. Okay, so now I have here Ching Valdez Aran. Let me bring up her painting. Can you tell what this is? There you go.
Well, being an erotic artist, I'm not going to say anything, but it has a nice feeling of this red against the little blue splashes with the green and the yellow behind it. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not going to say, but it's
It
an
is actually
interesting.
her rendition of shoes. And
Oh,
friends,
shoes. Okay, all right.
I invite you to visit the artist bio and read the background of each of these artists, which I'm going to show you in a little while. But I read from her bio, according to Ching, shoes signify both beauty, protection, and destruction. And the beauty of design, shape, and form, well, that's the beauty. And the protection part, it's from the nature's elements, and destruction because it will eventually cause your feet and your spinal health problems. So there you go. It's simply called the red shoe. All right.
Ah,
So
okay.
again, on the exhibition page, we have part one. We have the paintings and drawings where you will see the works of Briones, you see Dulcity, Angelito David, Tessie de Chupa, and you see the mixed media here by Imelda, Joel Francisco acrylic and water painting, watercolor, and of course, Tenny, Esmie, Emelina, and more. Now we have Chato, my collection, and Ching. So now we will be going to the second part, which is the prints, photographs, and illustrations. So you see, SPAA has quite a varied talent. May I call also on Carlos? Carlos, help us here.
I'm here.
We need a multi-awarded photographer's eye to tell us what you see with this. So now you're looking at Christian Ray Blaza.
Well, I'm not an expert on prints. I'm
Yes, I believe
so
those
maybe
and
we can
those
have
doing some
we can ask Lenore to help us here. But I like the composition of the first one, the encounter.
this one.
Uh, that's really very powerful composition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the encounter. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, these are digital illustrations. This is what's amazing about Ray Blaz's work, that it's all digitally done. So I give him very good credit for the encounter piece, and these other two smaller digital illustrations here. They show how good he is with foreground, background, perspective, showing the power of the athletes here. You know, a man doing push-ups and a woman with her big sneaker that's right in the foreground there, and tying her shoelaces. So digitally, I'm amazed that he was able to project this very well.
All right. Thank you both. Thank you. And if the artists are here and you want to do some voiceover as we present your work, you are very welcome. Just unmute yourselves. Now, we have one from our very young talent, Isabel Cacho. Isabel has been assisting us with the administration and some of the jobs here in the website. So this is also digital photography, sunset walk. Let's take a look closer. Carlos, take a look at this.
Yes. Yeah, I like the composition there and also the color. It must have been taken during what they call blue hour, also Alpen. They have the Alpen glow, where the clouds turn either red or purple, depending on what time it is.
Is that the moon? That looks like the
That's
moon.
the moon. That's
Yeah,
the moon on top. Yeah.
yeah.
I've taken photographs like that too. So I'm
Oh,
very familiar with
that's
the
right.
format.
Yes, and this is mirroring the skies above. Look at this.
No, this is water.
River,
Uh,
it's kind of a
ri-
reflection. Wow. Riverside.
uh, I like the way the water ripples are
Yeah,
projected there. Very nice.
with that lone duckling there. It's so cute.
Yeah, and the color is a little muted on the saturation part. Now on this one, uh, there are three bouquets, or yeah,
Yeah.
they're on different bases. Uh, I like it in the sense that it uses like a Fibonacci number,
Mm,
number three, uh, 1, 2, 3, 5. I don't know if you're familiar with
yeah,
Fibonacci numbers,
I
but
heard about
it looks good for composition.
oh, that's
Instead of putting maybe 4 items there, it looks better if it's 3 or 5 or 2 or just one.
okay. So you see, it's so different when another photographer sees it. All right. Now, the next up is, let me manipulate this. Okay. Oh, now we have Cheryl Cranborn. She is the vice president in the group, another young talent. And let me
Is she
bring her
here?
forward. Uh, all right. Look at that, Carlos. Bright.
Yeah, I like that.
Iris.
Uh, Again, I was talking about the Fibonacci numbers. Look at the flower. It's
Mhm,
always 3 or 5.
that's
The
right.
3 petals,
Mm-hmm.
3 lines. Nature seems to follow Fibonacci numbers, and that's why it's very popular among artists.
Oh, and look at this one.
Yeah, I like the way
Mateo.
yeah, the selective focus,
Yes.
focus on the flower.
Mm. All right, that's different. You see, we're learning. Ooh,
And
over the rainbows. Sometimes there are rainbows in
yeah,
2020.
you can see that the photograph has some kind of keystoning distortion of the lens. It must have been a wide angle lens used here. Keystoning is when you look up a tall building, it begins to become smaller and smaller as you look up.
Mm,
The A straight building becomes triangular, and actually using Photoshop and other editing software, you can fix the lens distortion here. But it's a very nice composition.
oh, thank you.
I
And
like the
now
color too.
we're going to the most exciting one. Let me see. And that is Carlos' very own. Look at
Oh,
the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, the lily and the white house. Let's take a closer look. Folks, this is 18 inches by 10 inches.
that's 20 by 10 instead
This
of
is
18.
20. This is big one. Oh, okay. Guggenheim Museum. You just took this recently.
That was taken last March. I was in Spain for about 3 weeks, and I was in the middle of the pandemic. Uh, what do you call that? And they were having a lot of problems in Spain, and I had to get out of the country, otherwise I'll get stuck there. They uh, they locked down Norway. I'm supposed to go back to Norway, but they canceled my flight, so I had to fly back to New York directly from
Yeah.
Madrid. This one was taken last August at the New York Botanical Garden.
Oh,
Uh, I always go there every summer, to take photographs of the lilies and the lotus at
How
the
did you manage
conservatory.
that plain dark blue background?
Well, it's reflecting the sun. I mean, the water in the pond is actually colored so that it protects the plant from too much sun. So they put some coloring there, and it's actually showing a little bit of the sky. It was very bright sky there.
Yes, and I see the reflection of, look at the
Yeah,
details. Wow, very sharp.
this was taken with a telephoto lens,
Mm.
a long telephoto lens. This
And
one,
white sands. Oh, so nice
White
to
Sands.
eyes.
White Sands National Park is now a national park in Arizona, in New Mexico. It's my favorite national park. I go there almost. I've been there maybe about 4 or 5 times uh, before, since 2002. Uh, and this one was taken last year. I was there last year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm using the law of thirds in the composition of this.
Law of curves.
Law of thirds,
Mm.
one
That,
third and
that's
two
a
thirds.
beautiful photo, Carlos,
Thank you.
with the law of thirds. It's because it's so simple.
Yeah.
It's just a simple image, but because of the blue against the white with the image right in the center, it's very nice.
You
Nicely
know,
done.
in painting, we call that limited palette. When you paint it and you have those just a few colors, yeah, like two colors, it's wonderful. I really needed to hear that. And now we have, of course, our very own Lenore RS Lim. Let's take a closer look of her foil print and collage. And of course, Lenore is here to tell us more. Wow. Memento.
Okay. All right. Hello, I'm Lenore, a printmaker. I have been dividing my time between New York and Vancouver. In New York, I do my prints at the Robert Blackburn studio. From time to time, I do art residencies. And in 2018, I did an artist in residence in Peekskill, upstate New York, with Anna Golici, a master printmaker from Romania. Anna Golici is also known for her digital art and foil prints. In Memento 1, my image was inspired by my father's shell collection. Memories from my childhood years. My father had a shell collection that was displayed on his shelf. We didn't touch the shells, but from time to time, he allowed us to bring it some down, the big ones, and we could listen to the sound of the ocean. After my father passed away, I brought his shell collection in a basket to New York to give to my grandchildren. This was 20 years ago. I brought his shell collection in a basket, no? And the basket sat on top of my cabinet for years until one day I decided to use them for my foil print images. I took the shells out of the basket and arranged them on the table, thinking of my father. I
Oh,
took photos of my iPhone to capture that special moment and immortalize his collection. In the
oh,
past, I immortalized my mother's wedding veil by doing an etching work of her wedding veil. Using the Photoshop, I created a digital print and printed it on rice paper that I bought in China from my previous Shanghai residency in 2010. I
wow.
find myself blessed that I learned traditional printmaking in school and was able to learn some art programs when I moved to New York in the 80s, especially Photoshop. Now, the two smaller foil prints are from the corals mixed with the shell collection. These are foil prints that I collaged, and it's because I've been going to Boracay with our family the past 10 years to celebrate the new year ever since our daughter got married. I have treasured memories of the beauty of Boracay and memories of the place with my grandchildren. Yeah. So these
And that
are
show.
mementos too. Oh, okay. All right. The last two ones, are just from a previous art exhibit. The
Oh,
last
yes,
big
this
paintings.
one. This is
So
the
from
one
time to time,
in Francia.
yeah, from time to time, I do big paintings as well for exhibits. Yeah, and
Yes,
this was last February in the Philippines. Yeah.
yes, there you go. Lenore RS Lim. Very active in the art scene. You have
Thank
to
you.
be present, right?
Uh-huh.
As much as you can. So I think next we have Neil Foloso. So Neil Foloso has an assemblage art. Is this a kind of a mixed media? Hmm. Yeah, it's a mixed media and an assembly of, look at the letters. I know somebody who does something like this. Sam Pinaso, he does something like this too. And look at this.
Why is it called assemblage art? Uh, I thought that's some kind of installation style
I
kind
thought
of art.
too, but it looks like it isn't. It's these are pieces put together. You see those letterings? Yeah, I know a lot of artists, they stick that and then they paint over it. And this is another object here. So it's really kind of a mixed media too. So
But
this,
how is that different from collage?
uh, I hope he is there to explain this art. Is Neil there? He calls it, he is a figurative expressionism. That's how he would classify himself. But all right, let's go back to his main page. All right. Yes, that's what he called it, an assemblage art. And this is massive, 40 inches by 30 inches. Wow, that's pretty big. By Neil Foloso. Now we have Paris, Toots Magsino. Paris Memories and a Time Watch.
He's really a very good collage artist. Um, she has a class, I think, in Manila uh, on making collage art.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, he is in Manila. That's why. Oh, look at this. Yeah, so friends, this is by Toots Magsino. So when you get into our website, each of the artists has their own web pages, which we will further develop. But for today's art exhibit, we are just showing what you have for the virtual show. And we have three more. We have Godfrey. Oh, this is photography. Wow. Cloud Drive.
That's clouds. Yeah, very nice.
I saw this cloud formation and it was so intriguing. I had to take a picture because those lines are in contrast to the normal way that clouds are so soft and so fluffy without definite definition. But you can see that there is a definition to that one segment of the scene there.
Yeah. Wow. Cloud Right. And this one, this little sweet thing here, just
This is this is a fawn that had just been born, literally a few minutes before I took the picture. So it was an
oh,
intriguing
lucky.
picture. So I have to get this picture. So that's really how this picture came to be. the mother of this fawn was standing by so nervously as I was there taking the picture, but everything went fine.
Oh, that's wonderful. You see, that's the fun part of photography, right? But there's also the dangerous part as you venture into that kind of wildlife adventure. Just born. Where is this located?
This is in my backyard, actually,
Really?
in New Jersey.
Oh
Oh,
man,
I
that's
was
Yeah,
wondering how you got that shot, Godfrey. I
yeah.
said, did
We
he
have
really
about
walk in the woods and watch this Bambi
no.
get
It's
born?
the deer come around every now and then, so you don't really have to walk to find them. They find you.
yeah.
Okay,
Look at those
okay.
two. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Godfrey. And in a little while, we will ask Lenore also to acknowledge the rest of the board of trustees, and the directors. Now, we got here Renee Nair. He has a photography here too. Carlos, eto, look at this photography.
Yeah, I like the color of the first one, red and yellow.
Yeah,
Very nice composition too. Group, I think this was in Chinatown.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Chinatown. Yeah. Uh, is that? I think it's a fire.
Like a fire eating
uh,
woman.
Fire eating.
And she's blowing it off.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice color.
That's really massive, huh? Wow.
Yep.
And now from the very bright one to the black and white. Ooh,
Yeah.
this is like
I like the lighting. The lighting is very nice.
oh, this is Mount Pinatubo
Yeah.
children. So he was there. Probably he took this some time ago in Mount Pinatubo.
Yeah.
And
I
I
like
like the
that.
way the
I
light.
like the way the children's eyes are all
Yeah.
looking straight ahead.
and this is probably part of the ash, this white thing here. Did they just get the ash or maybe a sunlight? You recall the Pinatubo, the ashes, right?
Well, there is a software that actually whitens the eye. Uh,
Hmm.
but I think maybe I don't know if that was done that way. It looks uh, it looks a little too white for me. So it may have been processed through software,
As
but it's
against the
done very
background,
well. It's done very well.
no? Hmm. Look at this
I
children.
like the way the light just reflects on the faces.
Their reflection, right? The
Yeah.
chiaroscuro on their faces.
Yeah.
And then we have here, oh, this is different, the reenactment of the crucifixion. So I
Again,
wonder where he took the picture.
this must be in Pampanga. That's where they
Right.
actually nail.
That's right.
Yeah.
When they actually do the reenact the crucifixion and the actual nailing of the
Yeah.
people. So he captured this one. That's
This must have been taken with a very long telephoto lens and with Rene standing maybe really far from the actual event because of the size of the sun.
oh,
The
captured that, huh?
yeah, the cloud cover actually makes the sun look like that, and I like the composition with the tree. Again, the number three
Yes.
is very popular.
Mm-hmm. So Renee Near actually also enjoyed several awards as a student and later as a professional. And did you know that he took also an official portrait of Ferdinand Marcos? He had the occasion, the opportunity to shoot one of the official portraits of Ferdinand Marcos. So that concludes most of it. And I have just one here. Art Zamora, I just want to bring up Art Zamora because he is currently our president, but he is unavailable. Um, unless he's able to log in. Are you in there, Art Samora? And just say hi. This piece was actually an image he donated to eaglecharities.org, 100% donated to eaglecharities.org during our Mindanao fundraiser and our tribal children. So it is, we still have some prints available. I think it's like $100. But Art is better known for his series called Circular. So there he goes. This is from his show this March. Yeah, he had several shows this year. One was canceled because of the COVID. But Art was originally in realism. So from realism, he ventured into abstract expressionism. So those are his oil paintings from his series. All right, so friends, um, I invite you to visit the homepage. As you enter the homepage, galleryspaa.org, on top you will see the exhibition page and the artist bio. And of course, on the homepage, you will see our previous exhibit, and we hope to see you again in the next year, because this is the 2019 art exhibit we had. So hopefully next year we can have this live. That's Art, our president, Consul Talbo. Yeah, we want to acknowledge the presence of Consul Arman Talbo. He's always with us, and I believe he's watching us right now. He's also online.
Thank
And
you, Carol. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations.
Before we end, let us give a big thanks to our critical supporters, as you say. They've been always, we could always call on them, and we hope to get more people on board. But for now, we have Dr. Benny Honko, Dr. Angelica Fente, Attorney Dean Suba, Bella Velo, Justin Lim, and Caroline Pinder. Well, I'd also like to thank the people who put this online exhibition together, most especially to Carol Tanhulko, Cheryl Cranborn, Isabel Cacho, of course, Tenny Lopez, and Chato Morando.
and quickly, I must take you to the artist bio, because I would like you to take a look and read about each and every member of this organization. They're all here. There's Art, there's Lenore, Art, Cheryl, Atina, and there's accompanying video, Atina. You have Chato, Dose, it's me, the administrator, Imelda, and the rest of the artists who are showing today. Now, the artists who didn't participate today, we will soon upload also their information right here if they are not uploaded yet. That's Danvik, who's also from Canada, Angelito David. So even if you didn't see them tonight, you're gonna see them right here. Just check out the artist bio. And with his kilometric awards, right? And you have Tassi De Chupa.
This is with us today. Yeah.
And when you click this learn more, you're gonna get to another website and read more about them. When you click learn more, it's linked to either a video or to their own website. So I have there Joel Francisco, who is also a member of our eaglecharities.org. Emelina, there goes Emelina and Esmie, Amor, Ching. Oh, I love that picture, huh? Behind the Lens, the multi-awarded Carlos Esguerra. You see, his awards are so long, I can't read it all, but it's all here. And if you click learn more, it will take you to his website where you will experience more of Carlos' photography. And Isabel, she is also working for CNN and Daily Inquirer, contributing photos. It's pretty good, young talent. Renee, I mentioned he had opportunity to do the Marcus portraiture at one point, and that's Godfrey. Okay, and when you go down here, very soon you will see a more completed individual websites. So just click one of these and you could read more. So for now, we are also developing an art shop. So in the art shop, many of these are also for donation. For example, one of my items here, we can do this, is 100% donation to Eagle Charities and 20% also to the SPAA, and whatever's remainder goes to the eaglecharities.org. And there's a book, A Star Story, the one that Tenny Atina Makase just mentioned to us, The Ballesteros on My Mind and The Magic Jeepney. So if you click that, it's going to take you to the checkout line. Okay, so please visit the art shop. And that's it. There's more happening in our exhibition in the near future. We'll be announcing more events. Now, as always, I will ask everybody to help us in our cause, and you can click this button and donate now. Propose a toast to the gallery. Everybody can unmute yourselves right now. And we thank each one. I see everyone. And especially mabuhay and welcome to our Consul General, si Ambassador, and of course, Consul Armand Talbo. Thank you for always being there with us. And our trustees, Attorney Suba, thank you.
Thank you all for watching. It has been a great new website that has been developed this year. And we hope to see you at the Real Philippine Consulate next year. If not, right here on the SPAA virtual art exhibit.
May I give a special shout out to Dean Suba, who has been our trustee from the very beginning, and he's present. Thank you.
Here, here.
Cheers, Attorney Suba.
Congratulations.
How are you?
Congratulations to everyone.
Oh.
Thank you so much to the crew.